everyone, this is a Grumpy Old Guy Gaming. Welcome back to Learning to Die Less, the series where we play a Wave Master in .hack fragment. Today, as a special bonus, we have ourselves a bit of a party going on here. In addition to myself, we have Izumo, a Wave Master, and Zeneda, a Blade Master. We are heading out on the Azure Twilight server. Thanks again for hosting us on this gameplay footage. Forest Field here eliminates the need for a Fairy's Orb in all honesty, as it's set up much like the floor of a dungeon and you could just go room to room. Here we're sort of getting our bases. Party's gonna speed charm up. Here somebody was nice enough to throw one my way before I could actually hit mine, saving me one for down the road. This video is actually gonna cover 2 dungeon runs. You'll see here, between the 3 of us, we get quite a bit of damage spread out in a hurry. Cannot stress enough, one of the biggest tips for dying less, if you're wanting to learn like me. Just find a friend, party up. Couple monsters there and gone before you realized it. In fact, I don't even think I got a hit in on either. By the time I targeted them with spells, they were gone. I'm going to be sticking to my tried and true theory of 90% Ru-Rom here. Those tornado spells, when they do hit, will cover a broad swath of monsters and grab me as much experience for the attempt as possible. Sitting at level 10 here. I want to say Izumo was level 10 as well. See our stats fairly comparable, though a little bit different. That's mostly in regard to the way we built our characters physically. You can see Izumo much shorter than me. Leads to less hit points at the level, but a higher amount of SP. I think Zeneda, I believe, said was level 3, but dealing a good bit of damage as well. Moving along here, treasure room. Going to apologize now for some shoddy work through this. Not really used to capturing footage, not being the center of the action, so you'll just have to hang with me here. Some of these rooms are going to be a little awkward looking. Did the best I could in the moment. Here we come up on another portal, and there's a sort of chaos coming out of it, and that's all fields open. All field portals. So that went down nice and easy. I believe this was a bit of an under-leveled field. I think it said level 7 earlier in the video there. And here's a treasure chest. Gonna go this sideways here. And we find a spring of mist. Didn't really have anything I wanted to take the chance on here. Pretty sure even just switching out for the Wand of Wisdom would have just returned me the wand and a gold and silver axe. So Zeneda and I both acquiesced the spring to Izumo. Nice enough to be our host here. And he pulls what I'm sure was level 1 Grandpa. Always fun to see those things pop up if you're not the person engaging with it. Seems a bit more spontaneous, you don't get that little chime and everything. Pretty sure by weather this would count as a sunny field, so if he threw a weapon in it would have been upgraded. Didn't think to ask in the moment, just sort of enjoying the run after a long day. And there's the dungeon before us, so we're gonna head in here. Make a quick transition and get on our merry way exploring this dungeon. And here we are in the dungeon. Nothing in the first room, so we just keep going. Another small room here, a couple options. We decide to go right as it appears on the mini-map to another intersection room. This one's got a Mushroom King in it. Managed to take it down. There again, group of monsters spawning out of the portal, but more than enough ability to take them down quickly. Just zipping through these rooms in no immediate sense of urgency, just show up and destroy and move on. Kinda nice when you're all partied together. Of course, you don't get as huge an amount of gains in the way of items and experience, but you make up for it with some time and you get to see some pretty cool abilities that aren't on your character or maybe you haven't seen on a character before. Fairly balanced party too here with the two Wave Masters and the Blade Master. No one really took point in this one. Again, the Wave Masters were a little over leveled and the field was a little under leveled for us, so it was just sort of take your best shot from wherever the portal opened. Didn't really stick to a structure or anything as far as party formation goes. Gonna work our way back now, backtrack to the middle and see what's on the other side. Probably a good idea if you're playing and you're going online for some multiplayer to have some speed charms on hand. If you'll notice from the earlier videos, when I'm soloing, I tend not to use them because honestly, I'm just going for a chill playthrough, have some fun, and it adds a bit more time for the coverage and for me to talk about the battles anyway. Here we're up against a Cadet Valkyrie and a Mushroom King, and that looked like something in the Dust Curse line in the background. Not sure which iteration that was because again, it didn't live long enough for me to see its name. Take the stairs down to level 2 here. Gonna go ahead, pop a speed charm, get myself back into pace with the group. Actually didn't notice when it wore off in the first level there. I believe it was the second to last room and I just sort of rolled with it till there. Here we find ourselves with Cadet Valkyrie charging hard, take it out with a Rue Rom, and the battle is once again won by the time the animation is finished. Gonna keep moving onward. Here is a room, big square room, and the Mushroom King taken down in relative hurry. One final lightning spell from, I'm taking it as Zumo, I believe he had the electric wand equipped in this one. But that will finish it off. Chest there in the center. Looks like we'll be going down on the mini-map. Next room has another portal, once again in the middle. Got a Sword of Chaos and the Mushroom King. And continuing on our way once the room is cleared out. Hope everybody's doing well out there. Recording this on a Wednesday. Footage was captured Tuesday evening. Episode number 9 in the series. Get a little confused on the direction of this room again. My notorious camera control once again comes into play, delaying me from battle. If you're unfamiliar, you need line of sight with most things in order to activate them. That includes spells. Here we overkill a couple Swords of Chaos, while Zeneda finishes things up there on the other side. Hope I'm not butchering these names too badly. Come to a dead end, so we're going to backtrack a little bit here, back through these rooms again. This is where speed charms honestly feel the most useful. Just get through the room and on to the next. Sort of a blessing in disguise, as we seem to have left a treasure chest in this room so that could get picked up, and we will move on our merry way. Portal here at the bend in this room gives us a Mushroom King and a Cadet Valkyrie, and that is all dungeon portals open. Seems to be over as quickly as it began, but there is little to do here in the dungeon except for grab the chest. Nice quick dungeon run. Izumo gets the statue chest, and we are ready to gate out. Successful run there with a party of 3. Everybody gets a little experience, has a little fun. So we're going to head back to town, do a little restocking, and get ready for the next dungeon. And we are back after a bit of a restock break. Zenaida had to duck out for this one, so it'll just be my Wave Master Dionysius and the Wave Master Izumo, who has upgraded to the Earth Staff. So be prepared to see some pretty high damage numbers, like right there where they hit for over 1,000 damage on an elemental hit. Earth Staff really useful here on this Thunder field. Gonna see a bit of a sci-fi element to the field here, same with the dungeon. Gonna speed charm up, got hit with a couple wandering monsters there, but took him out in relative haste. I'm very much a support player in this second dungeon here. Second of 3 dungeons we ended up running, and this is going to be the second dungeon of this video. Gonna split these up into a 2-parter due to time. This will also serve as part 1 of the commencement, if you will, the ending of Learning to Die Less. So we come up on a Fiend Menhir and a pair of Rockhead. I'm tasking myself with trying to get as much damage on the Menhir as possible after it gets a revive with that Rockhead. Izumo comes finishing the job, and we take out the Rockheads accordingly. That Earth Staff providing one heck of a boost to power, but at the cost of some increased mana SP usage. So Mage's Souls are going to be at a bit of a premium here. That time takes it out in one shot before my spell could even hit. Great amount of power in that. I believe it's Ganzot. Just popping a tree up from the ground at instant speed. I'm sticking with my tried and true Ru Rom. Much as I like the single target spells and their instant explosion of damage, there's always that if it misses factor. Especially with such a high damage disparity, just trying to get as many hits on enemies as I can to get that experience. So we're going to hit that outright. Unfortunately, another Menhir pops up. We managed to get rid of the first. I decide to take the side angle here and try and get the Menhir, and a rocket comes in from further out and sort of disrupts my plan there. But we do a fair bit of dodging, keep our hit points in relatively good condition, and cast away until the enemies are no more. Quite a few portals on this field. Gonna go ahead and clear them out. Nice sort of sunset feel on this field. That portal's just got a treasure chest in it, so no big worries there. Chance to catch our breath a little bit, come to the next one. That's got a trap chest in it. Here I get a bit turned around. Start following. Again, speed charms, really making quick work of this field, able to cover great distances rather swiftly. Here a wandering monster comes up, it's a rockhead off to our side, and looks like a rockhead and a dust curse from the left once we engage. There's an elemental attack for 1390. I mean, just insane damage compared to what I'm throwing out here. Definitely making sure the battle ends when Izumo says it ends. Here I'm going after the Menhir again, just want to pile as much damage on it as possible. Missed with a fire spell there, so I come up with another Ru-Rom. Tried to get a little fancy. And sort of backfired on me, but only lost 10 SP in the process. Looks like we got about 3 more portals to clear out here. This one's got a couple rockhead and a dust curse, managed to hit all 3 out of the gate. Couldn't really tell if that Menhir was part of the portal, but it seems like it was just sort of wandering by, as did that rockhead and dust curse. Maybe there was another portal I didn't notice. Nice thing about the Wave Master is we're able to put some crucial distance between us and the bigger monsters. You saw 1200 damage done there. I throw a fireball down for 300, which looks good. And then Izumo hits for 2412. Think that would have killed the rockhead about 5 times over just on its own. As you can see, Izumo's also got an impressive list of buffs there. Getting its physical and magical stats buffed there. I'm just running a speed charm. Didn't come super well prepared. Finish off another dust curse and a rockhead, and the only portal remaining is right next to the dungeon. Always a good way to go at things that way. When you're done, just pop right in. I'm lagging a little bit behind here. All field portals are opened, and I show up in time to provide a bit of support on the Fiend Menhir and Dust Curse. Clear those out of the way. Go ahead, pop a Mage's Soul. Izumo recovers their SP, and we go into the dungeon. And here we are, again, very sci-fi feel to this one. I believe that's how all of the thunder element fields are stylized here in Fragment. Take this door over to another empty room. Absurdly good luck we're having, not so much in finding experience, but a decided lack of conflict as we go through this opening floor. No encounters and we find our stairs down. How do you like that? Into floor number 2 here, and I think we gotta count ourselves lucky so far on this dungeon. We've hit our first portal in the 2nd floor, and it's got a rockhead and a mimic. 2 rockheads make that. Gonna go ahead and finish off the mimic, but Izumo is confused. So I'm gonna do my best to just sort of drag things out until their confusion wears off. I managed to finish off the rockhead there. Come up on another portal here. Got a pair of rockheads. Take them out with relative ease. There appears to have been a dust curse in there as well, just judging off those 5 experience I picked up. Even on the playback I didn't notice it, so if it was there, it was only there briefly. Here we get into another battle. This time it's a couple mimics. 3 in total, actually. So confusion was pretty much a guarantee. Once again, hits a Zumo. I am lucky enough to have either evaded it or not been targeted. So we get through and I pick up Lancer. Next room we've got... And that's the final dungeon portal. There were, what, about 4 battles in this dungeon? Just incredibly quick. Not too often I could fit 2 complete field and dungeon runs into a video and keep it under a half hour, but I do believe that's going to be the map here. We finish this one up in short order, and not much to do but collect the treasure and head out. There's the chest, and this will wrap up dungeon number 2 on this episode of Learning to Die Less, where we have played a Wave Master more successfully than not. Again, part 1 of the Commencement special. Feel free to tune in. The final episode should be up tomorrow. In the meantime, this is Grumpy Old Guy Gaming, hoping this video finds you well. Everybody take care, and we will talk to you next time.